Hello, all you good-looking people on the internet. First thing I want to do, just to be respectful, turn off my phone. So it's been a little while. I think the last time we spoke was in November or October, maybe. It's a long time ago. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season and celebrated the end of 2018 in the appropriate style. Lived it up a little bit. It's finally winter in California, so I'm celebrating with a little dark deliciousness, since it feels like I'm in Old Blighty today. Old Blighty. Now, I've been thinking about tamping a little bit, and I think I've come to the conclusion that it's all about airflow management. You want a nice even surface on your cherry so that the air flows evenly through that surface. You don't want any point in that cherry surface to have a larger flow than the others, because it'll kind of worm its way down, and you'll get this big weird uneven thing that happens when you have a bad cigar or a poorly wrapped cigar. So as you're smoking, think about the airflow that you're achieving with your tamping, and let me know if you have any thoughts about that, because I think everybody has their own style of tamping, but not everybody knows exactly why or how they should be tamping. So I do it the way I do it, and I don't really think about it, but I think you could probably get really good at it with just paying attention to it for 15 minutes while you're smoking, and then kind of learning a lesson or two as you go along. I want this pipe to stay lit. Now, I have a few things I want to do for you in this video. One is to announce that there are some new pipes on the website, 4 to be exact, and they're all very nice. I think you'll like them. There's a small sandblast, a medium sandblast, a partial blast, partial smooth, and a smooth. So there's little of everything for everyone. Please go take a look. Here's one of them. Long acorn. Here's another. Blasted blowfish with a little accent there and a split stem. I don't know if you can see that. A partially blasted blowfish. This beautiful red grain and boxwood. And finally, just up today, a smooth acorn with horn. So this is a very Sixton acorn, all rounded and smooth and just real nice. Makes me want to smoke it just looking at it. The other thing I wanted to do is to show you a project that I recently worked on with a friend of mine, a collector, who is here in town with me. Once a year, for the last 3 years, he's come over on January 1st, and we've created pipe number 1 of the year. So he has pipe number 1 for the last 3 years of my production. And we always have these really fun projects that he brings me, and I wanted to show you some of what we did. We filmed a little bit of us kind of talking about the project, which I think will be interesting to you, with some footage of the shaping and the making of the pipe. So enjoy, and we'll talk again soon. Today is New Year's Eve, and as always, for the last couple of years here, we're
2 years.
I'm here with my friend Zachary, and we've been doing commission projects together the first one was kind of an antelope horn theme, so it has like a rugged sandblast and kind of a horn shape, and that was a lot of fun. And then the next year we did the rose pipe, but it was a really fun project because you brought me a theme, and then we had extensive conversations about how to flesh out the theme in an actual pipe, and we made color choices and design choices together in real time, which is just really rare for a pipe maker and a collector to sit down and do together. I wanted to make a video about this year's, which is a chanterelle mushroom themed pipe.
Yep, we went animal, plant, and now we're on fungus.
So is that all three phyla?
I think I'm not a biologist.
Okay, me neither.
But
they're all different.
yeah, they're all wildly different in some way, and we're gonna try a very different look than the others. These have been more dark finish. We're gonna actually go with the lightest possible finish and let it darken naturally.
Yeah, so we're gonna. I guess it has a little bit of a cherry wood feel in that it's going to be a sitter. We think at this point in the process that may change, but it has kind of a calabash feel to bring in the mushroom theme.
Yeah, a little bit of a tight angle, I guess, up and down.
Yeah, a deep bend.
And maybe even try to get it look like a cluster of two mushrooms coming.
Yeah, we're gonna.
He'll show you pictures.
Yeah, and as we work through the process, we're gonna make decisions about how to get the feel that we want and kind of incorporate the gill structure. I guess is it gills or ribbing or?
Well, I had to look at it online. Although when you think mushrooms, you think gills. Apparently, the chanterelle, which is a mushroom I haven't eaten, although I hear it's good eating, but I picked it because the risk you run with picking something like a mushroom for theme is that it'll look hokey. You know, you think mushrooms, you think like Super Mario red cap mushrooms, and that's just going to look, it looks like something people make a glass bong out of. But these have more of a fluted shape. They have more of an actual pipe shape, and the actual color of the mushroom, this is one of the reasons why I wanted pale, is they're a very pale yellow. They don't technically have gills, but they have like a fleshy rib on the underside of the cap that maybe we're going to try to do with either a blast or a rustication, but I think most of the body of the pipe will be a smooth finish.
We've got a block here that looks like it's going to be pretty cool, so we'll give it a shot and see where the process takes us from here. So we were just discussing about the sort of origins of the project or projects that we've done together. And so, like, what's your... It's sort of an interesting dynamic that we've got going on. What's your sort of impetus for doing it this way, or, you know?
I guess if we go back to the beginning, I joined the local pipe club, and you were, to my surprise, and actually to the surprise of a few other new pipe club members you haven't met yet, is that, there's a pipe carver locally that you could have a local guy, which is kind of nice, as opposed to some guy on the other side of the country or the other side of the world make you a pipe. And he's so close you could come over and have design inputs. So you could get the pipe you want. But I'm not a pipe maker. And so I'm not interested in dictating all aspects of the pipe to you. It comes down to that this is a collaboration project, which is most fun. I give Jared a concept, one that he has some buy-in to, that he likes too. You know, we actually bounced around a couple of ideas. And then I kind of want to let him run with it. Yeah, he'll pitch me a couple of ideas like, what do you like this for stem color? What do you think about accents? And let's draw out some shapes. But in terms of the carving, he's going to start carving, and I'm actually going to walk away and do something else. I'm going to let him run with it. And when he comes to a decision point, he might bring it back to me. But I'm not a pipe carver. I kind of want to let him put his own stamp completely on this pipe.
Zach never brings me boring projects, that's for sure. So with a rose, an antler, or a gazelle horn, really,
yeah.
it was very specific impetus. And then this one with the chanterelle mushroom, they're very specific, and they're not traditional. So there's a lot of play room here.
And we do run the risk with these high concept ideas of, if you get too figural, my fear is that the pipe will look hokey. But yeah, I want to pitch an idea, have kind of a few general ideas on style, but I want to let you go and not, I'm not going to have any complaints, because the fun of this is not that I have a preset idea of exactly what pipe I'm going to get. Part of this is the surprise.
If I have a direction, it focuses me, and we can work together and come up with something really cool.
We're going to let the wood a little bit determine what it is.
Let's get to shaping.
Great. And we're already rolling.
And we're rolling.
All right. So we have the mushroom.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's we went with more of a matte finish. And why don't you talk about some of the things you did?
We were shaping it, and we were going for a mushroom theme. And we ended up with kind of a, I guess you'd call it a cherry wood, or a poker-esque base for the shape. So it does sit, and it has kind of this double mushroom shape to it, and we chose a black and beige and
it's a weird
Cumberland.
It's a weird modeled stem.
Yeah.
That we went with because it looked really cool on its own. But I like what we've got.
Yeah.
And we've did some things. We had planned to rusticate just under the cap and leave the rest smooth, like the body of the mushroom, and we did that on both. And we were very fortunate in the block you picked was so that we could get a little bit of plateau to give the top an uneven surface, and it looks really nice. There's some great bird's eye both on the top and on the base, and the grain, especially on the main part of the bowl, is just aligned perfectly, and it looks great overall.
When you have bird's eye from either direction, so the bark of the burl is here and the center is here, they, depending on what side you're coming from, it takes stain differently. And we were very fortunate. The bottom is the darker one, and the top is really light. So the rest of the pipe got slightly darker with the oil, just a bit, and the rim stayed really bright.
Yeah.
And really pale, so it kind of sells that
There's
mushroom cap.
There's
look.
a strong color contrast without you actually having to stain it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, success.
Success.
Yeah, so 1901. Zach has the first pipe of the year for the last 3 years running. So, it's a cool little tradition. Zach always brings me the most interesting projects. So, I really appreciate that. I don't get to do stuff like this most of the year, to make
Fun projects.
regular
Yeah.
pipes, you know. So,
All right. Well, thank you very much.
indeed. Huzzah.
Huzzah. Okay, that looked a little
Yeah.
hokey.
Hope you enjoyed that little video of the commission process. So that's a fairly unique circumstance. I don't hardly ever get to make a pipe with the person I'm making the pipe for, physically present. So it's a really interesting and fun experience to kind of collaborate with the collector in person while making a pipe. And I hear the pipe smokes very well, so it's a great success. And once again, go take a look at the website and there's some new pipes. And while you're there, there's going to be a pop-up. It's going to ask you if you would like a free pipe smoking ebook. If you do not have it, you should get that, because it's going to be really good. I wrote an ebook this summer and created some videos to go with it. You can find the videos on my YouTube channel, But if you get the ebook, the videos will be sent to you on a weekly basis. And just spoilers, the last video is a bit of a sales pitch. Should have seen it coming. But there's a lot of really valuable information in there that I think will be helpful to you on your pipe smoking journey. And if you have any comments or questions about that material specifically, or the pipes on my website, just comment below or email me at jared@jaredcolespipes.com, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Ciao.